Hi, everyone, and welcome back. I'm Dr. Jocelyn. I've spent the last 5 years as a urologist working specifically with men to reclaim their confidence, their performance, and their long-term health. Let's start today with a very direct, honest question. When was the last time someone told you that masturbation is not only normal, but actually quite healthy? The truth is, it supports your prostate health, it's a powerful stress reliever, it helps you sleep better, and when done correctly, it can significantly improve your intimacy with a partner. But, and this is a massive but, that only applies if you aren't falling into the trap of habit. I see it every day in my clinic. Good men, healthy men, who are accidentally making 3 silent mistakes. These habits seem harmless in the moment, but they are secretly training your body to fail when it matters most. They can lead to finishing much faster than you want, struggling to stay hard, or losing interest in real-life connection altogether. Today, we're going to get clinical, practical, and personal. We'll talk about why the solo experience is healthy, the 3 biggest mistakes that create biological and emotional short circuits, and a step-by-step action plan to retrain your body for stamina and lasting confidence. Quick favor before we dive in, if you value straight talk medical advice without the shame, hit that like button and subscribe. It helps this message reach the men who are currently suffering in silence. And tell me in the comments, where are you watching from today? I love seeing how far our community reaches. Here's the truth most men never hear. Masturbation is a training session. Every time you do it, you aren't just chasing a release. You are teaching your brain and your nervous system how to respond to arousal. Your brain is a learning machine through a process called neuroplasticity. It wires itself based on repetition. If you always do it as a sprint distracted, with high-intensity visuals and a rigid, repetitive grip that is the software your body installs, that pattern doesn't stay in the bathroom. It follows you into the bedroom. Biologically, this messes with your dopamine pathways and desensitizes your nerves. Emotionally, it leads to that quiet panic when you're with a partner and things aren't working like they used to. Practically, it means you might struggle to get aroused unless the conditions are exactly like the ones you've trained on. But here's the good news. Just as you can train a bad habit, you can retrain a healthy one. I've been a urologist for 5 years, and I've sat across from thousands of men who whisper the same worries. Why can't I last? Why do I lose my erection with my partner? Why does a screen feel more exciting than my wife? In the vast majority of cases, the root cause isn't a disease or old age. It's simply the habits they built when they were alone. Let's break down the 3 mistakes you need to stop making right now. Mistake number 1, the race to the finish. Tell me honestly, have you ever treated masturbation like a race? Maybe you're stressed after a long day, or maybe you developed the habit as a younger man, worrying about being caught. The biology. When you rush, you are literally reinforcing premature ejaculation pathways. Your brain begins to associate sexual arousal with urgency. Your body learns a get in, get out reflex. When you're finally with a partner and you want to slow down, your body doesn't know how to follow that command. It falls back on the sprint you've practiced for years. The emotional impact. This creates a vicious cycle. You finish too fast, you feel anxious, and that anxiety spikes cortisol. Cortisol is the erection killer because it interferes with blood flow. Now you're losing both control and firmness. The practice. You have to turn your solo time into stamina training. The fix. Use the start-stop method. Get close to that point of no return, then pause. Let the arousal cool slightly, then build it again. Practice edging, staying at a high level of arousal without crossing the finish line. You are teaching your body that arousal is a marathon, not a sprint. Mistake number 2, the digital dopamine trap porn dependency. Let's be real. The world is saturated with high-intensity visual content. It's accessible in seconds, but it is effectively junk food for your brain. The biology. High-intensity visuals hijack your dopamine system. Every time you click a new scene, your brain gets a surge of novelty-driven dopamine. Over time, your brain adapts. It becomes numb to normal levels of stimulation. This leads to PID, porn-induced erectile dysfunction. The emotional impact. This creates a heartbreaking disconnect. Men tell me, I love my partner, I find her beautiful, but I can't stay focused without a screen. You start comparing the warmth and unpredictability of a real human to a scripted, edited performance. The practice. You need a digital detox. The fix. Retrain your brain to respond to sensory reality. Use your imagination, memory, or even audio. At first, it will feel boring or difficult. That's your brain resetting its dopamine baseline. Over time, you'll find you are far more sensitive to your partner's touch and more present in the moment. Mistake number 3, the death grip and lack of variety. Do you always do it the same way? Same hand, same pressure, same position? The biology. If you use an incredibly tight, rigid grip, you are conditioning your nerves to only respond to that specific, intense pressure. This creates a narrow arousal script. When you are with a partner and the stimulation is softer, wetter, or slower, your brain says, "This doesn't match the script," and your arousal drops off a cliff. The emotional impact. It's devastating to lose sensation in the middle of intimacy. You start thinking, "Something is wrong with my body," when in reality, you've just trained your body too specifically. The practice. You need to cross-train your sexuality. The fix. Switch hands. Change positions. Sit, stand, lie differently. Use lubricant to mimic the natural feeling of intimacy and loosen your grip. The more variety you build into your solo sessions, the more adaptable your body becomes with a partner. Here is a tip that helps a lot of my patients. Many men say condoms dull the sensation or cause them to lose their erection. The solution: practice alone with them. Experiment with different sizes and textures in a low-pressure environment. Use a little lubricant inside the tip. If you make the condom part of your training routine, it won't be a distraction or a mood killer when you're with a partner. You'll already be confident in how it feels. If you've been making these mistakes for years, I want you to hear this. You are not broken. You are human. You simply learned habits at one stage of life that no longer serve you. The human sexual system is remarkably adaptable at any age. I've worked with men in their 70s who reclaimed their stamina and sensitivity just by making these shifts. Slow down. Make your solo sessions at least 15 to 20 minutes. Focus on control. Digital detox. Step away from the screens. Reconnect with your own imagination and physical sensations. Mix it up. Use different pressures, rhythms, and positions to build neurological flexibility. Consistency. Don't expect a total reset overnight. Give your body 4 to 6 weeks to rewire these pathways. Sexual health isn't just about performance. It's about dignity, freedom, and joy. It's about knowing that your body works the way you want it to. Age is not the end of your vitality. Whether you are 40, 60, or 80, you have the right to feel confident and connected. These small, intentional changes are the key to reclaiming a level of pleasure and intimacy you might have thought was lost forever. Gentlemen, masturbation is a natural part of being a man, but the way you do it determines whether you're building yourself up or silently tearing yourself down. Make these shifts starting tonight. Slow down, step away from the pixels, and add some variety. Your partner and your own confidence will thank you for it. If this video helped you, please hit that like button. Comment below and tell me, which of these 3 habits are you going to work on first? I'll be in the comments responding. And make sure you're subscribed for our weekly no-shame health conversations. I'm Dr. Jocelyn. Thank you for trusting me with your time and your health. Take care of yourself because you are worth the effort. I'll see you in the next one.